Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another discussion on different topics for wellness and professional managers. I'm your host, Harry Mari, and I'm here with Ganesh Raman. How are you doing, Ganesh?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
Yeah. Great. That's good. I'm very happy that we were able to discuss a little bit this new model that was just generated and published on our website in regards to the wellness model. Have you encountered anything similar to this model that was developed by Dr. Peggy Swarbrick before?
A lot of pieces have been brought in practice. If you look at Management 3.0, you'll see there are different things that are used as a game or as a tool. So the happiness door, for example, or the Kudos Wall, where we appreciate people. Again, simple practices, but very powerful. People forget to take a moment and pause to appreciate each other or thank each other for that
So we
game
talk
over
about the
here.
happiness door. I think we did one with the personal maps. I think the personal
Yes.
maps was very
Yeah.
interesting. And
Yeah.
then yes, these are all good ones. The values
The
value
compet.
stories are great. I want to talk about those. And
Mm,
there are so many other games that are available. So we're going to talk about all these things and how they relate to the wellness and the harmony in a QPMO. Sometimes to kind of introduce this to your team, you need to have that safe environment that everybody has compassion and everybody has this harmony of understanding this, that we're trying to do things better.
this is very powerful when you work with a set of people trying to align them to an organization or to a team and create a team charter. A lot of times, uh, the values that are outlined by an organization could mean different things for different people. Uh, but when you get to this game, what you ask everyone to do is you get them to put together their core values that matter to them as individuals. And when you pick up those values, you then bring people together to agree on a set of shared values that they will live by as a team while they work with each other. And what's most powerful here is the next step where you call out things that you will always do and the things you would never do. And that helps everyone align on how you would approach complex situations or difficult situations or decisions that need to be made as a team, uh, guided and driven by those values. So when you go through these 250 odd values that are outlined, it gets you to go inside your head to think about what's most important to you as an individual.
Right.
And it's beautiful that based on your past experiences where you are in life, what might be valued by you might not be the same that the other person might value. And then we don't control who we work with. People come together as different sets of personalities, and that's when it becomes important to say, okay, your value, my value, and then we discuss, and then we come together on our value system that we will live by. So,
Right. So,
uh,
so it's very important from the organization perspective for us to have core values, because those core
yeah,
values is going to guide us with our mission and the vision for achieving the mission,
yeah,
and also how we're going to work as a team to accomplish
hmm
that. The relation between people and sustainability, because the three P's of sustainability is people, profit, and planet. A lot of people miss the people part, because they're thinking, oh, we're socially responsible. That's all we need to do. However,
Mm.
we need to also take care of our people in a just culture system,
Yeah.
making sure that they feel safe and psychologically and physically, and all these other quality and safety kind of measures that needs to be integrated as an organization, so we create the harmony for our team to be creative and to improve our business agility. So we're going to talk about all these things hopefully in the future as we open the discussion. But I want to go back to your happiness door.
If I remember, the analogy I used was that of a DJ at a club. It's important that before you start a workshop or you start a meeting, it's important for you to know what everyone's mental state is, and it helps you pace your conversations to be a little more empathetic towards how people might be feeling that day. Some might be really ecstatic, some might be a little low, based on things happening at work. Could be something happening, at home, or something else that might be bothering them. But as someone who is facilitating a conversation for a group of people, it's important that you give you pay heed to how people are feeling, just so you can give some extra care where someone needs it. And maybe someone who's over energized, you delegate the stuff to them so they can drive it, or whatever the case might be. But I think it's important to know how people are feeling before you start and by the time you end the conversation. It really helps ensure that you keep the rhythm and pace, you manage the rhythm and pace of the conversation, because that would ensure people stay engaged, and that will ensure that they are able to contribute and are able to participate in a meaningful conversation.
And making sure that we have these tools like the happiness door and so forth to show that we're taking care of each other. Another one is the kudos card. So you want to
Yeah,
tell us a little bit of the kudos card?
the Kudos Wall is an opportunity for people to share, appreciate, thank, or celebrate moments that might be important for uh, other people. And this was something I implemented when I was heading HR for a firm in Southeast Asia, and we put a board right in front of my office, and it was not common practice to have a board like that, publicly visible to people. And again, sometimes you've got to be the first to do things, and I did that. I put in a stack of kudos cards, and I stuck the kudos cards on the wall, and I gave it time. And over a period of time, I saw people taking a card, taking the moment to thank someone, to appreciate someone. It just became a happier place to come to for work.
I'm sorry. How do you avoid them from competing and becoming this negative environment where people expecting these cards to be on the wall, or if they give somebody kudos, they receive something in reciprocal in return?
It can get
Mhm.
get competitive, or it can be negative the moment you associate a reward to thanking someone. So you'd see in many organizations, you are given a budget to recognize and reward people, and at the end of the year, or just before the end of the financial year, someone comes and taps you on the back and says, hey, you've not spent your budget. And then you are running to appreciate people just for the heck of it, because you've got to
Right.
finish the project. So the value of your appreciation
Mhm.
is just
Mhm.
lost when you do it that way, or when you say, oh, everyone has to recognize at least 5 people every week. No, that's not how it's supposed to be.
No.
You disassociate any kind of reward
Mhm.
with recognition for it
Right.
to just lead with that value of true appreciation, which is genuinely something that you feel. So
Exactly.
uh, as long as you keep it and limit it to just appreciation and not start tagging uh, incentives to it, let me just say that
Exactly. I
it will
love that. Yes,
it will
definitely.
it will it will stay genuine, it will stay
Exactly.
real, and ensure that
I think if
yeah.
we have a wall, like in the kitchen area or in somewhere, not in your face kind of thing, where the employee of the month is shown or people walk and they look at it. It's a place, it's in a safe environment where you feel close to your buddies and your team, or it could be even multiple walls for different teams, different places where you have announcements, you have different things, and then you have a box of these kudos on the side where you can pick if you feel happy about something or you feel positive about something, to just transfer that energy again, like we said. It's like if I feel that, oh, one of my coworkers did a fun thing, or they were noticing something about me, or they mentioned something that they like and they want to let other people know, I'll pick a card, I'll write it, and then I'll post it. It doesn't need to be that everybody needs to.
A lot of this is a way of life. It goes beyond just you at work.
Exactly.
And if you think about the space where you live, there are certain things which are do's and don'ts as a model human being, things that you would do. So if someone's stuck on the road, struggling with a car, you will stop by and say, "Hey, do you need help?" It's who you are as a person, and those are the values that you have that are intrinsic to you, and you bring that to work, and then you see what are the other things that people value, and for you to work as a system, what values are most important that will enable, empower, or even accelerate you towards your goals? That's where it's important to pick and choose the ones that really make sense,
Mhm.
that you can relate to. I think a lot of times what happens is, as organizations, we have a set of values, and maybe as an individual, I might have a different set of values, but we need to take time to understand which of my values talks to which organizational value, so I am able to contribute as an individual towards the larger good of the system or of things and the way they work. So yeah.
Interesting. Yes. And you mentioned a lot of keywords there. We're going to talk about this hopefully in future
Mhm.
recordings. Engagement is the keyword there, meaning that
Yeah.
we always talk about early engagement. We talk about collaboration and involvement and people aspect of our projects and our activities. But we really don't know how to achieve that.
Mm.
You can talk about engagement all the time and say, oh, I invited them to the meeting. But if they don't feel included
Yeah.
in decision making, if they don't feel included in voicing their opinion, you really don't understand what engagement means. You don't understand
Yeah.
what involvement is. And
Yeah.
to me, these discussions, especially psychological safety and having a discussion on sustainability and just culture and so forth, all relate to each other very much, and the quality of our organization and how we do it in the future. So thank you very much again for all the nice
It's a
discussion and
pleasure.
topics.